In this video, we're going to continue our discussion on the tune Comin Home Baby by Ben Tucker, specifically the Hank Jones arrangement that I've written out for you. You can actually find a link below this video to download it. It's a really fun thing to play. I'm going to play it for you through once. It's basically a straight 8 boogaloo feel, switches into swing for some of the soloing, and then comes back to boogaloo at the end, but a really neat arrangement. Now, what I'm going to talk about in this video specifically is the chords, how to play the specific chords for the soloing, and what scales you can rely on to solo over top of it. And specifically, I mean minor blues. So if you're not familiar with minor blues, we're going to talk about what that is in the context of 12 bars. We're going to look at the chords and the scales and try to figure out how to help you with your minor blues soloing, which is really a lot of fun. In this case, we're talking about G minor. So let me play the tune for you through once. I'm going to play a couple of choruses of boogaloo solo, a couple of choruses swing solo, and then come back and discuss the tune. Lots to learn here. Stick around and we'll get to it. All right, one thing before we dive into the explanation of this is I'm still looking for a bass player and a drummer to submit their recordings of this specific arrangement. You can just listen to it on YouTube and record an arrangement. I post the music below, and I'll re-record it using real bass, real drums, and we'll see what we can come up with together. And of course, I'll give you some credit, put a link to your YouTube channel or whatever. All right, so let me talk a little bit about minor blues. If you scroll down the tune, basically that's the melody, and then it gets into open solos for blues. And basically what we're talking about here is 12-bar blues, but it's a little bit different than the straight ahead 12-bar blues. Essentially what we're talking about is 4 bars of G minor. Now you can do a 7th here, and like they do in the recording, a 6th, a flat 6, and then down to 5 here. So really what I'm talking about is G minor 7th, G minor 6th, G minor flat 13, G minor with a 5th. And then it switches to C minor for here, and then C minor 6th, and then back to G minor here. And then what it does is it goes B flat, 7, and then A7, and then A flat 7, and then back to G minor. Now the interesting thing about the A flat 7 chord is its tritone substitution, I'll just write over here on the right hand side, is D7. So whether it's A flat or D7, it's basically 5 of G. And then, so. Okay, so let's talk about the scales for G minor. The first thing that you can rely on, and I need a bigger piece of manuscript here. Let's write out, this is G minor 7, and let's just write out a blues scale. So you've got G, B flat, B natural, sorry, my mistake. It's B flat, C, should really play these things before I tell you what to write. C sharp, D, and then F, like this. Ah. Right? I got that right, yeah. So it goes up to G here at the end. Fingering 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can use that blues scale throughout the entire tune. Now, if you keep doing that over and over again, it's gonna sound a little hokey because, you know, nobody wants to stay there all day long. Now, you might start off with that, but then you've got to stretch a little bit. So what I would suggest is over the G minor chord, you might want to think about playing a bebop scale. So let's just write that out quickly. So you've got G, B, B flat, B natural, C, D, E, F, and G. It's basically your bebop scale. Obviously, we've got a little many, too many notes for that, so let's put an extra bar line in there. So a combination of blues and bebop. Okay, and then you can do the same scale for C minor as well, or you're just starting on a different note. So the G minor bebop. Now the interesting thing about that scale is because it's always 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in terms of fingering. you can play it really, really fast. So if you listen to the solo again that I played up front in this video, you can do things like this. And it's really not that hard to play, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So that's interesting. And then in the next video, what we're going to talk about is what to do over this B flat 7 chord to A7 to A flat 7. And the force that you can use and the chords that you can use and the scales you can use over top of that. So we're going to save that for the next video. We usually do 10 to 12 minutes for these tutorials. I hope you got a lot out of this one. If you have any questions or comments about what we talked about, please post it in the comments section below. I'll be sure to get back to you and maybe make a video about your question. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for your time.